Lean production. Lean production is a methodology focused on enhancing efficiency by eliminating waste and non-value adding activity. Its core principle including identifying customer value, mapping value streams, ensuring smooth process flow, implementing a pull system, and striving for continuous improvements. So benefits of lean production includes increased efficiency, reduced costs, and improved quality, leading to greater customer satisfaction. However, challenge like resistance to change and the needs for employee engagement may arise during implementation. So in summary, lean production is essential for business aiming for operational excellence and responsive to customer needs. So where did lean came from? Um, Lean thinking originated at Toyota from its production system. The original ideas were formulated by Sachi Toyota in the 1920s and the 1930s, but only made the leap to full implementation in the 1950s. So, let's talk about the 8 ways in lean production. The first one is transportation. This refers to unnecessary movement of materials or information. Excessive transportation can lead to increased time, cost, and risk of damage. So, example ng sa may transportation, um, in a, ma- in a manufacturing plant, if raw materials are stored far from the assembly line, worker can spend a lot of time transporting materials back and forth. Streamlining the layout to place materials closer can reduce the transportation waste. So the second one is inventory. This involves having more materials or products on hand that are needs and given time. Excess inventory ties up capital and can lead to obsolescence. So example, a restaurant that keeps a large stock perishable ingredients may find that some spoil before they are used. By adopting in just-in-time inventory system, the restaurant can reduce waste and only order what is necessary for immediate needs. Number three, motion. Motion, this refers to unnecessary movements made by employee that do not add values to the products or service. Reducing motion can improve the productivity and ergonomics. Example, in an office, if employees frequently get up to retrieve files from a distance cabinet, it leads to waste of time and energy. Organizing frequently used document in close proximity can minimize this waste. So number 4, waiting. Waiting occurs when people or processes are delayed, leading to idle time. This is often the most common form of waste and can significantly impact productivity. So example, if a factory worker waits for a machine to be repaired before continuing production, that downtime leads to the lost productivity. Implementing a preventive maintenance schedule can help reduce waiting time. Number 5, overprocessing. This involves doing more work or using more components than unnecessary, which does not add value from the customer's perspective. Example, if a software development team includes unnecessary features in a product that customer doesn't need or ask for it, it can lead to wasted development time and increased cost. Focusing on core features that meets customers' needs can eliminate this waste. So number 6, overproduction. This waste occurs when more products are made than are needed, often leading to excess inventory and increased storage costs. Example, a clothing manufacturing production seasonal item in bulk before they are in demand risk. Unsold stock at the end of the season. Utilizing demand forecasting that can help align production with the actual customer demand.
Defect refers to the error in product or services that require rework or correction. This lead waste resources and can impact customer satisfaction. Example, in a car manufacturing plant, if a batch of cars is produced with the faulty brakes, It requires extensive rework and lead to safety issues. Implementing quality control measure can help reduce defect. Skills. This waste occurs when employees are not utilized to their full potential, leading to underperformance and missed opportunities for improvement. Example, Dalhin Toolbox. Meron tayong the 5S, JIT Production, Full System, and Kanban. So, what is 5S? So, ito yung sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So, first is sort or SARI. Sort, remove unnecessary items from each area. Keep only what is needed. So, example nito, sa kusina. Sa plato, magkakasama lang ang plato, magkakasama ang baso, magkakasama ang kutsara, at iba pa. Set in order, achieving order. Meron tayong 5 levels. Sa level 1, ito yung just beginning. Items are placed randomly throughout the workplace. So, kunwari, nagre-review ka, yung ballpen mo is nakakalat lang dyan, yung mga papel-papel. And level 2 is focus on basics. Needed items are safely stored and organized according to frequent of use. So, sample niyan, nakaayos yung kung ano lang yung mga madalas mong ginagamit sa isang workplace. And sa level 3, make it visual. Needed item are outlined, dedicated, location are properly labeled, and required quantities are determined. So, dito sa level 3, kunwari naman, sa coffee shop, kunwari, may business ka, coffee shop. Sa workplace mo is dapat, yung mga ginagamit mo is may label. Kunwari, sugar. Ganun. Mamaya magkapalit sila. And, iba yung mailagay mo. And dapat is organized lang and yung nasa workplace mo. And next is level 4. Focus on reliability. Needed items on work are minimized in number and are properly arranged for retrieval and use. So, dapat dito, konti lang yung nasa workplace mo, kung ano lang yung kailangan mo. And halimbawa naman sa business is yung mga naka-store mong items na kailangan mo. Kapag ka naubos lang siya, doon ka lang parang magre-restock, ganun. And level 5, continuously improve. Needed items can be retrieved within 30 seconds and required minimum number of steps. So, sabi lang dito is, kailangan, pagka kumuha ka ng item, within 30 seconds, yan, kailangan mai-retrieve mo siya or maibalik. Shine or say so. Cleaning and inspecting the workplace, tools and machinery on a regular basis to expose problems. Remove the dirt and grime and keep it that way daily. Keep it clean, plain, and simple. So, dapat daw, sa isang workplace is, dapat malinis. Siyempre, sabi nga dito, shine. Para mas maganda kung mas malinis, mas maganda magtrabaho. And standardize or shiketsu. Develop a standard procedure and protocols for the first 3 rules. So, dito, a process are assigning job responsibilities, integrating duties into regular works. And dito is checking para sa maintenance ng work. Sustain or shitsuke. Create a system which will monitor and ensure that the standardized procedure is consistently being performed. And create a cycle of 5S. Motivational, culture in the workplace, and make sure that is being performed. So, sinasabi lang dito na yung sa 4 na nauna, ito naman is kailangan ma-maintain yung 4 na nauna na yan. Sabi nga dito, emphasizing the need to maintain and continuously reinforce the standard establishment through the first four principle. So, dapat is na isasagawa ng maayos yung apat na naunang rules.
Just-in-time production or JIT production is a manufacturing strategy that aims to reduce the waste and increase the efficiency of production. They only produce the production when they need it. So, nagiging vulnerable po dito yung supply nila kapag tumaas yung demand dahil nga po gumagawa lang sila ng kanilang product kapag kailangan na. Pag tumaas po yung supply, hindi nila kagad masusupplyan yung taas ng demand o mahuhuli sila dun sa demand. Kaya ito po yung downside ng just in time. Another term naman po ng just in time production is yung lean production. Ito naman po yung mas broader and mas better ng just in time, kasi kapag po kailangan nila ng product or kailangan ng production ulit, doon pa lang din sila gagawa, pero mas mabilis o mas pinaganda nila o and hindi po sila nauubusan ng stocks kasi hindi po sila na outpower nung demand. Hindi kagaya nung kabila na kapag kailangan nila saka pa lang sila gagawa. Ito po yung mas broader and mas better ng just in time.
So let's tackle about the pull system. Pull system is a method for controlling the flow of the resources through a process. The goal of such a system is to replace only what has been consumed at the optimal time. It is called a pull system because resources are pulled, nahatak natin siya into the pipeline only as they are needed or requested. Pag kailangan lang natin yun sa gagawin. This differs from a push system which attempts to use forecast and schedules to drive the flow of the production. So yun, this system requires constant and precise monitoring of demands, which is done using Kanban. Kanban. Signals or visual controls are used to trigger materials and information movement or production. Execution through the pull system. The goal for this system is to support continuous flow, make one, move one. The Kanban pull system is a way of synchronizing the material and information flow of disconnected process to enable just-in-time production or GIT production.
Continuous flow of production is a manufacturing process where products are produced without interruption. Ito naman production nito is ideal sa mga high volume production or kung gusto nyo na ma-maximize yung productivity and at the same time ma-less yung cost nyo. Yun lang yun.
And there is waste. So dito naman sa pool, makes what needed when needed, make to order. So production is precise based on actual consumption, inventories are low, and waste is reduced.
Kanban. Kanban is a system that acts as a signal and response mechanism. Ito po yung nag-i-indicate sa mga tauhan o trabahador ng isang kumpanya o kung anumang business na pag bumaba po yung supply nila, nag-i-indicate po na ito na mababa na, tsaka yun po yung magsasabi sa kanila na mag-product na ulit o mag-production na ulit sila ng kanilang produkto para masupplyan yung demand nung tinda nyo o nung tao.
Next is the Kanban board. So meron ditong mga nakalagay na mga parang tickets. It is nakalagay na ready to start, working, in progress, waiting, and yung mga limit, exceed, review, saka pag na-deliver na. Parang dito is pinapakita yung process ng pag-deliver ng isang product.
on to the last part, which is about the Six Sigma. So, Sigma is a statistical concept that represents how much variation there is in a process to customer specifications. So, this suggests that Sigma is a method for calculating how a process deviates from customer specifications, which are the specific needs and expectations a customer has for a good or service. Typically, these specifications contain details about the design, functionality, materials, performance, standards, and any other features that the client may require in a product. And onto the sigma value is based on DPMO, or defects per million opportunities. So the DPMO is the one that offers a consistent method for evaluating proposals. It may assess proposals' performance by quantifying how flaws are expressed as a million chances. So the Six Sigma is equivalent to 3.4 dpmo. The variation in the process is so small, which results that the product and services are 99.99966% defect free. Now let's tackle on the next slide. Now let's tackle this graph. Consequently, the picture highlights how human activity always surpasses variability. Now this refers to the variation in results brought on by different circumstances. Additionally, the objective of Six Sigma is to lessen variability in order to guarantee that operations consistently meet customer satisfaction. So a normal distribution is a displayed on the graph being the target. Additionally, the dotted line depicts the upper bound of the customer's specification. Reducing variability aids in keeping the output within the intended range, limiting defects, and enhancing quality, which is the fundamental goal or rationale for the Six Sigma approach. And so, what is Six Sigma methodology? Well, it is a data driven methodology that provides tools and techniques to define and evaluate each step of a process. It is a method that focuses in improving the quality of the process in a business structure, thus increasing the bottom line profit. So, therefore, Six Sigma is a methodology that leverages data to enhance the functioning of a business process, pinpoint and assess areas of processes where errors or difficulties arise, and then address these issues to improve overall quality processes, thereby improving the business operations and boosting revenues. So, where did Six Sigma came from? Uh, so, let's talk about a brief history about this. So, it started at Motorola Corporation in the mid 1980s when the company discovered that products with a high first pass yield rarely failed in actual use, resulting in higher customer satisfaction. Now, this was popularized by the former CEO Jack Welch and his commitment to achieving Six Sigma capability. Now, this was thought of as a quality program that improves the customer's experience while lowering costs and builds better leaders. And onto the Six Sigma methodologies. So first we have the DMAIC. So this method is used to improve the current capabilities of an existing process, and this is by far the most commonly used methodology of the Six Sigma improvement teams. Now, on the other hand, we have the DMADV method, which is used when you need to create or completely redesign process, product, or service to meet customer requirements. And the DMADV teams are usually staffed by senior managers and Six Sigma experts. So DMAC or DMAIC, or also define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, is focused primarily on enhancing or optimizing current procedures by locating and resolving issues with the current configuration. Now, in contrast, the DMADV, or define, measure, analyze, and design, verify, is when creating a fully new process for a product or service, or when redesigning an existing process to satisfy a customer's expectations. Uh, Now, under this is the define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So, the first one is define, which is to identify problems within the system process. Measure is to collect data from the process where problem occurs to verify its current performance. Analyze is to scrutinize the business process to reveal the root cause of the problems and variations. Uh, Now, improve is to develop a gap closure actions, test and implement changes based on root causes being analyzed. Okay. Now, lastly is control, is to full implementations of improvements to sustain the gains. Now, an example of this is when a few months ago, which a survey is conducted that showed customers didn't like a company all that much. So it's decided to fix the problem. So in this phase, we use a tool called Voice of the Customer, or VOC. Now, VOC represented the needs and requirements of our customers. Our VOC showed the following. So, customers expected prompt delivery, the correct product selection, and a knowledgeable distribution team. Now, the measure is we wanted to determine why customers didn't like the company. So, we performed a data collection. Now, we found out that we took 56% longer to deliver products than our competitors. So we began to focus on reducing the time between order entry and the final delivery of the product. Now on to analyze. We identified the problem, which is the slow delivery. So we then asked the questions, why was the delivery slow? And our analysis produced the following causes: inaccurate sales plan, issues with our safety stock, issues with vendors' delivery performance, and falling behind on the manufacturing schedule. So to improve that, we began to focus on solving the problem. We began by having monthly reviews to ensure our in-demand products stayed in demand. Another thing we focused on was to order and provide the customers with the products they wanted. So we created plans to monitor sales on our best-selling 30% of products. So each year, we would review how well the products did and replace it with a different topic if it was falling out of demand. Now, another example of this would be another example of this would be cleaning the garage. So imagine you want to clean up your garage so you can fit a new motorcycle inside. You could use the lean methods to accomplish this goal. So with these are the define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So by defining, we identify the scope of the cleaning project, which is cleaning the garage and the whole house. Now to measure is to pace off the square footage of the overall garage and open floor space. So we set a goal for required amount of open floor space. We may eyeball this, but it is a measurable area. Now to analyze, we understand the types and amounts of materials currently in place and the available storage locations. And to improve that, we use the lean tools to execute cleaning and organizing. So including removing unessential materials, install improved vertical storage facilities to minimize floor space used. Now to control that, we label storage spots put after photos in place as ongoing targets and conduct weekly audit to ensure stuff doesn't accumulate. So now we have the Six Sigma toolbox. Uh, these are the tools that we can use in Six Sigma. So now let's discuss the Six Sigma toolbox. So firstly, we have the ANOVA or the analysis of variance. So this is a statistical method used to determine whether there are significant differences between the means of three or more independent or unrelated groups. Then the box plots, which is a graphical representation that show the distribution of data and highlights the data outliers. Next is brainstorming, which is a method for generating ideas and identifying collaborative solutions in the environment. Now, another one is the cause effect diagrams, which in simple terms identify the root causes of the problems that is presented. Another is correlation and regression, which is a statistical tool that examines relationships between variables and predict the outcome. Now, design of experiments. So this is a structured approach to experiment with multiple variables and optimized processes. We also have the graphs and charts, which helps analyze data trends and make informed decisions. Next is histogram, which are the bar graphs that represents the frequency of data distribution over time. Another is hypothesis testing. Now this is a statistical method used to test assumptions and validate improvements. Another is the Pareto analysis, which focuses on identifying the most significant factors contributing to a problem using the 80-20 rule. Now, another is the process capability studies, which evaluates whether a process can produce outputs within the specific limits. And now these process control plans, which are detailed plans that monitor and control processes to maintain the quality of the product. Next is process flow diagrams. Now this is a visual representation of the sequence of steps in process. Another one is the QFD or quality function deployment, which is a tool that translates customer needs into product specifications. Next one is the response surface methods, which are used to optimize and fine-tune exploring relationships between input variables. So next is scatter diagram, which shows the relationships between two variables. Another is the standing operating procedures, which is a documented steps on how to perform specific tasks consistently. And lastly, we have the statistical process control or the SPC, which is a method that uses controlled charts to monitor process performances over time. So next is the birth of Lean Six Sigma. So uh, Lean focuses on eliminating waste, thus improving speed and efficiency. Now, Six Sigma focuses on process improvement by eliminating defects, thus improving quality. Now, combining the two, which is called Lean Six Sigma or LSS for short, it solves all issues within a system, thus ensuring profits for business. So, summarizing, Lean Six Sigma or LSS is a comprehensive methodology that increases customer happiness and profitability while simultaneously improving process speed and quality. So, what are the benefits of Lean Six Sigma? So, firstly, we would have increase in profits, which is the increase in profits, and the standardized and simplified process, which in turn speeds up the process uh, of a process. For example, is in delivering. Deliveries will be much faster from manufacturing to delivering to the customers. And now is reduced errors. So meaning reduced defects. And then employee development. Uh, the employees' speed or health uh, wouldn't be so compromised, unlike other situations where they are stressed, so they can't do their jobs efficiently. And lastly is value to customers. Now, the value would skyrocket because customers are satisfied. And so that is the end. Thank you for listening.